way I describe our culture is that I feel like we're relatively relaxed, but we also stay on point, and we are, I think, a pretty productive culture, but we also care about each other and support each other, and I think it's a really highly collaborative, positive culture.
It's not always the solution necessarily, or the project that we're working on that really means a lot, but the reaction to the project. When you provide someone with a solution that they say like, oh, this is gonna cut off 2 hours of work for me every day, it's just like a massive rush of positive energy, knowing that someone's going to be saved a good amount of time. I like the problem-solving aspect of what we do here. You know, people come to us with an issue and we provide them a solution. And I think that when you actually provide someone with the solution that they are looking for, they're excited, you're excited, it's like an easy way to feel good.
One of the things that actually really impressed me the most about how DB Services handled the sort of height of the pandemic is that nobody was let go. That was something that the owner made clear at the outset, that we were going to find work for people, and was very transparent about how that was going to happen and what that was going to take. So I think it really spoke a lot to both the leadership and the long-term strategies and long-term good decisions that had led DB Services to a place where they could prioritize keeping people during a period of less income. We have an employee recognition program called Plus Ones, basically just a shout out to recognize someone's efforts. Sometimes it's small things, sometimes it's big things or official things. I think it's a really nice way to keep people connected, for people to see who is really stepping up on other teams, how people are helping each other, how people might be contributing in ways that you might not be, whether it's after hours or in a different department. It's nice to give out Plus Ones. I think it really helps keep perspective and just a touch of like humility and gratitude for what your coworkers are doing.
I think people stay at DB really because it provides an environment that you don't really get at most other places. Here, you know, you're kind of irreplaceable in that the only person who can be you is you. And really the only person who brings the exact approach to the problems that you work on, and the only person who really does things the way that you do is you. And everybody's kind of unique in that aspect, and I think DB really encourages its employees to really focus on, you know, doing what they're good at, and pushes them to really achieve their own strengths. And you're not going to get that necessarily anywhere else.
What I look forward to at work is it's always a new challenge every day. It's because of the nature of what we do at DB is being a custom development company, that it's built in the name, it's custom. So every time somebody comes to me, and every call I get, every time I call a customer, every time they want something, it's a different story, it's a different problem to fix, and it's interesting to see what that next encounter is going to be.
You know, what is unique at DB Services is really our people. Our people are our greatest assets. And so the culture that we have created here at DB Services, and really focusing on the employee as well as the customer, has created an environment and a culture that people enjoy and makes us unique. At DB Services, we make a difference to the customers that we serve by leading change in their organization. They come to us to improve a process, to improve some back office applications, workflow, and in doing so successfully, you will liberate and change that company that you're serving. That's the most rewarding part of working at DB Services, is the outcomes that we produce and seeing the smiles and successes of our customers.